Hello, my name is Nikki Litzel. I'm Business Engagement Consultant with Iowa Workforce Development out of the Waterloo, Iowa Works office. Today, we're going to talk about how to post and manage job orders with IowaWORKS.gov. You'll start out by logging in and you'll see your employer dashboard. Then you'll want to go to the menu on the left and scroll down until you get to the opportunity to manage jobs, and we're going to click on that. You can see there are already some posted jobs with this tool, but we are going to go down to the bottom and add another job. And click on Add a New Job Order. Once you get to this page, you'll have the option to choose a manual basic job order with minimal data entry. You can also do a custom job order where you can build your job order using a step-by-step process with more flexibility in custom settings. You can also copy an existing job order, which we can talk about, and also the option of creating a job from an employer template. For today's purposes, we're going to do a custom job order. This box is where you'll want to type in the title of the application. And then you choose from the drop-down menu. And we're going to pick secondary school. The agency job ID is optional. That's generally for employers that would have a number assigned. If you have multiple jobs of a similar occupation, you can assign an agency job ID staff. We're going to go ahead and skip that for today. Next, you'll need to pick the location work site of this job, and we're going to pick Highland. Then you'll need to pick the contact person who will be responsible for this job posting. I'm going to pick Sam. Then this is step 3, and you'll see some other options that are available. You can display this job online to job seekers. You can display your company name. You can display the full worksite address and also the street address. And then you have the option of having a workforce staff member screen your applicants. For today, we're going to go ahead and skip that part. Then you go into the job details. How many positions do you have available? For the teacher position, we're going to say 1. The earliest date to display the order would be today's date. And then we're going to, the system generally defaults to a 30-day posting for most all of the jobs. We're going to extend this out. I'd recommend another, maybe at least a couple of months of having that job posting. Once you fill that job posting, you're able to go in and take that posting down and tell the system that it's been filled, but it's probably a good idea to leave it posted for a longer period of time. At any time, you can go in and change the date of the posting and change the time period that was posted. The type of job is a regular job. It's not temporary or seasonal. It is a full-time job. We're going to choose that option. It is not a remote job. So we're going to put no for remote. Anticipated job duration is over 150 days. This is a long-term full-time job. And you can choose to have any special categories with that. This is no special category for this particular position. And then it defaults to having 150 applicants. We kind of just leave that there as well. This is where you add in the job description. Most employers or schools are going to have a job description already pre-written, so you could potentially copy and paste that job description into this text box here. We are actually going to insert some sample text, and you can see that there are some options available. You have a summary description or a detailed description. We're going to pick the detailed description. And then that just fills in right there. You can then check your skill set method that you are looking at for this occupation. You can use the default skills for the occupation. You can also copy the skills from another existing job order. You can select skills from a list of all available skills or do not define any skills. Obviously, the more details you have in the job description, the better. Hopefully, you're going to get a match for an applicant. This is where you could include tools and technology or any other skills. And there's also a text box here where you can add other specific things like degrees or certifications that you're looking for this occupation. This is an opportunity to add in another certification of a WorkKeys score. For today's purposes, we're going to skip that, but this little link here tells you a little bit more about WorkKeys. There's an additional page that talks about the skills for the job order that you can choose from. And as you can see, there's education and social services. You can expand different options for adding any skills that would be involved with this occupation. And there's some things that are pre-checked. You're welcome to check or uncheck any of those different skills. Again, current technology or any current tools, if there's anything specific that you want to add, this is very customized job order that you're welcome to add any information into it. This page, page 7 is about hiring requirements, drug testing, reference checks, COVID-19 vaccine, or any others that you want to have as part of your hiring requirements. If there's a test, you would need to say if there's a test that will be needing to be performed before there is a hire made. This is where you would say a minimum age for the job if you need to make sure that whoever applies is at a minimum age, and any minimum education. You're going to say you want them to have for sure a bachelor's degree. Is there a certain number of months of experience that you're looking for this position? If you are willing to hire someone with no experience, you could even say 0. Does it require a license or certification? Yes or no? Teaching license. Oh, oops. Is this job accessible by public transportation? Depending on where you are, it may or may not be. We're going to say no. And is there a driver's license required for this position? Yes or no? Any specific driver's license? Typing, security clearance, any other options? These are all options that you can add to this customized job order. None of these questions are required. There's no red dots next to them, so you can go ahead and move on. This is where you put in the compensation for the job. This automatically pulls in some labor market information that reflects this occupation within our state. But this is where you put the minimum salary and the maximum salary. Generally, it makes you put the maximum before the minimum. So you'll want to fill that maximum part in first and then the minimum. It's always good to have a good pay range for the job applicants to see. And you're more likely, this little information here says you're going to attract 43% more applicants by including a wage. So that's very important. You can pick the units of whether it's hourly or yearly. And then any kind of comments that you'd like to add, depending on experience, if you want to discuss it with the applicant, those are some options that you can add as well. And any other compensation that might be available for this type of occupation. Hours per week, that is a required choice that we'll need to make. Hours are specific during the school day. Specific hours. I'm going to say 40. And then the shift is during the day. You do have the option to display the salary on the job order or not display it. Again, we highly recommend that you do. Here's some additional benefits that can be offered with the job. Again, this is all very customized, so you can say no benefits or provide some benefits. We have a lot of different boxes that you can check down below that are potentially included, and we'll just go with what it's defaulted to with this particular job. And then we're going to hit next. This now tells how you'd like the applicant to apply. Again, the system defaults by automatically checking this box, which is an IowaWorks resume online or uploaded resume. We can include that, and then as well as any other options via email, and then you can edit the email address you'd like that application sent to. You can also include your company website. If there's a specific website that you want them to apply at, that can be included as well. You can allow multiple ways for people to apply through this page here. Then if you have any special instructions for applying for the job, this is where you'd include that. If you'd like them to include references, you can put a note here that says include 3 references, professional references, or any other special instructions that go along with that job order. You can also add application questions. If there's any specific applications, questions that you'd like to ask while they're applying, you can add that here. And then notification. Would you like to be notified when a job seeker applies? Yes. And would you like to be notified through the message center? That's defaulted already. But yes, you'd also like to receive an email once you have an application. You then can choose this option. We highly recommend of using the National Labor Exchange. Generally, there is a charge involved with posting jobs through the National Labor Exchange. Through using IowaWORKS.gov, there is no charge with being posted on the National Labor Exchange, so you want to check that box. And then there's some other optional information that come along with this job. Generally, these types of questions apply to other employers. Keep in mind, IowaWORKS.gov is a website that all employers around the state use. So a lot of these questions refer to a lot of more general jobs that other employers it may apply for other employers. This is where you may see this pop up with what region you are for this particular job. It's Northeast Iowa. And because I'm here in Waterloo, it ties back to the Waterloo office. This is not something generally, it's not a mandatory or a job development, so you don't really need to answer that question. It will be on veteran hold for the first 24 to 48 hours. That is just through the Jobs for Veterans Act. It mandates priority of service to veterans seeking employment and training opportunities. So to ensure compliance with this law, job postings are available only to veterans for up to 24 to 48 hours. After this period, the job will be released to all job seekers through the state. There's some other questions again about the foreign labor certification, which may not apply. This is again for other employers that it actually applies to. And then we're going to go ahead and hit finish. And then this is, if you need to go back and make any edits, the nice thing with the job posting is it's got different sections that you can click on and edit. As you can see the logo, you can upload your logo and have that show up on the job order. And then each section, you can go back and edit. Any changes that need to be made, you're able to do that by section. Every section has a link that you can click on and make any additional edits. We're going to go ahead and scroll down to the very bottom of the page. We're gonna preview this job to see what it looks like. So once you have the job posted, this is what the job seeker will see. You can see the salary range here, a little bit about the school district. If and when they're ready to apply, this is the apply button where they're able to do that. They have the option to like this job and save it and come back and look at it at a later time. And you can see all the things we put into the job order are showing up here. And so this is what it looks like from the job seeker standpoint. Once you take a preview of it, if you want to go back and make any edits to it, you're welcome to do that. As I mentioned, it will only be seen by veterans for the first 24 to 48 hours. If you have any questions at all, once you work in IowaWORKS.gov while you're posting your jobs, you're welcome to reach out to your local business engagement consultant. We have business engagement consultants working in offices throughout the state of Iowa. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Thank you very much.